What's going on, guys? So today I want to talk about net neutrality and how it's just repealed and what that means. Are we completely screwed? What happens? Because I believe there's a lot of misinformation out there, people freaking out over nothing or saying the wrong information. So what did that change mean? How it's going to affect us and what do we need to do? So with net neutrality, if you didn't know what it is, it was some kind of protections put in place to limit service providers. Now, I might not get this 100% right. Limit service providers from changing speeds of two different services. So right now, let me see if I can give you a good example. So high-speed broadcast providers could, say, make Netflix run slow, but make their own streaming software run fast. Now, they couldn't do that right now. Everything had to go through at the same speed. There was regulations. And that was kind of the main thing with that. And they also had to show kind of everything. They couldn't block parts of the internet. Now, with net neutrality repealed, it just went through. So there is no kind of net neutrality anymore, that protection, which a lot of people were saying wrong. But so what is going to happen now? What are the negatives? Are there any positives? As far as positives, I don't know any right now. All the information really is negative. There might be some that we don't know about because everyone's freaking out about it. But the big thing now is internet service providers could make deals with companies. For example, let's say Microsoft makes a deal with Verizon or AT&T or someone of that sorts and says, okay, we're going to block Netflix if you have internet through AT&T and only show our streaming software because we're going to make more money. Or let's say we're going to make eBay run super, super slow internet speed, but Amazon really quick. So you favor that, so we make more money. So they can vary the speeds at which certain sites or different things load. And they can also block certain parts of the internet from not showing from them. So this is all around service providers. Now, how would that, again, I could be slightly wrong. That's from everything I've read. That's kind of how it goes. So what can you expect? You can expect maybe some things to be slower speed. You can expect some things to be blocked with some service providers. But I do have a feeling one of these businesses, because of just the nature of this, how everyone seems to hate that this happened and it still went through. Again, this is all a money-made decision. They're going to make more money doing it this way than the other way, which is obviously why it happened. It's a money thing. It's not. So you can expect some slower speeds on some. It depends on your service provider, Verizon, AT&T, whatnot. Some sites, the speed might be faster or slower, some apps or tools or whatever you're using, and they might block parts of it. Now, what I think is going to happen is one of these, like Verizon or AT&T or someone, or there will be a new one sprout out that will grow like crazy, an internet service provider that does not limit anything and has the same speeds for everything. I can guarantee if Verizon and AT&T and everyone goes and screws everyone over and puts preferences on all their stuff, slows down everything, bans some stuff, everyone will move to whoever put it back to normal where everything's the same speed, everything is shown, and that will kind of take effect because in the long term, we have the say of what happens. We don't have to use providers that are doing that. I can guarantee one of the big providers or a new provider come up that does that. Because if they don't, they're going to miss out on a huge audience. Even though that money's there, they will lose a ton because of how many people dislike this and did not want this to happen. Now, I'm not butthurt about this decision at all. I never really care what happens as long as I can do my thing. I do not think this will really affect me, but let's say for some reason YouTube starts to slow down or something like that. We just make adjustments. So if YouTube dies for some reason, great. There's going to be another platform that I can use, something I can take advantage of. But I really don't think this is going to affect me in a business standpoint at all. Maybe very, very slightly. Again, it really depends. And if it does somehow, we just make adjustments. That's what being an entrepreneur is, and go along with whatever happens. So do what you can control, fix it. Again, obviously, I didn't know much about net neutrality kind of coming up, but I don't think it's the end of the internet. I don't think it's going to kill businesses and everything else and whatnot, as far as like mine and other ones. So I'm not too worried about it in that aspect. And I think the people will fight back, and there will be a change. Like I said, some service provider that does have it all the old way that the majority of people will move back to, or if Verizon or AT&T or someone like that does it, then I do think that will be the case. So let me read to you real quick what it actually is from a little article, just so you get the right thing. Again, I don't know if this is a biased post at all. This is from Rolling Stone. I don't know if they're biased or not, so keep that in mind. So it says, let's see. The decision is likely to have major ramifications for consumers online, internet service providers. The existing regulations put into place in 2015 codified long-standing internet practices by explicitly requiring ISPs, so internet service providers, to treat all internet traffic equally, in contrast to a cable provider, which can decide exactly what networks or services customers get for their monthly fee. ISPs are forbidden from discriminating against among their customers. When you pay a fee to get online, you get everything. But under the new regime, a handful of the most powerful telecommunication companies in the US, Comcast, Verizon, AT&T, will have unlimited freedom to slice and dice the internet ecology as they please. What does this mean for you and your favorite app? Most likely the outcome, say net neutrality advocates, is that prices will go up, variety and diversity will go down, and the largest, best capitalized internet companies will gain a significant advantage over upstart competitors. I don't know about that. I mean, if people are already using them. It's a punishing blow to believers in the founding dream of internet as a great equalizer, a network that grants everyone free reign to do anything. I don't think that changed at all. Again, you just got to figure out there are going to be fast and slow lanes for, again, depending on your provider. But like I said before, what I think is going to happen, I'd be shocked if it doesn't happen. So I wouldn't worry too much. Do your own research, figure out what it is, what it means, and if you need to adjust, what you're going to do. You won't see anything happen for a couple weeks with this, and then you might start noticing some things. But again, the companies, Verizon, Comcast, AT&T, are going to get blown out of the water by their consumers if they change this, even though they're allowed to now. So again, it's that customer base. Do you want to lose all of that? Okay, maybe your Cox and Cox Communication, not like that. Maybe your Cox Communication, and you have phones, you provide internet, and oh my God, did I just say phones? Hold on, I'm dumb. But you're going to lose a ton of customers if that actually is the case. And I'm sure there will be higher tiers where you pay a little bit more and you get full access, nothing restricted. But again, we have to wait and see. I guarantee the people are going to fight back hard on this one, and there'll be something that'll happen, whether it be it gets put back, I don't know about that, or it be a new provider or one of the providers steps up and says, all right, we're not going to actually act on this at all. We're going to keep it the same, because they get a ton of new traffic that way. I think they make more than charging more and being able to do those other things, like I said before. So is this the end of my business? Not anywhere close. We adapt to what happens, so I'm not worried at all. I hope you guys don't freak out too much. Do your own research, and let me know if I missed anything in the comments or said anything wrong. I don't think I did, but if I missed anything, let me know, or what changes you think will need to be made. I hope you guys don't freak out too much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video.